So hello and welcome again. My name's Samantha Howard. I'm actually a criminologist and I'm also a researcher, and I have the podcast Monsters Who Murder. I'd love for you to check those out. On this channel, I do just bits and pieces in crime. I do accompaniments for the podcast. Often we do the confessions on the podcast. So in our videos, we actually do the case studies, just so then to give a bit of background. But I'm doing a series here of my top 10 serial killers via body counts. Now, you're going to expect to see Louis Garavito, you expect to see Harold Shipman. They're not on this list because they don't even come close to our killers that kill more than they did. So these killers come under the serial killer term because they've killed more than 2 people in separate events over an extended period of time. We're not going into the details of like the sexual serial killers like Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, things like that. This is beyond that. So we're looking at that huge umbrella that covers people like poisoners, actually terrorists that actually do things like this and stuff like that. We actually, last episode when I did number 10, it was actually a cardiologist who actually killed people by giving them muscle relaxant and throwing them in the ocean. So these are some pretty bad people. But at number 9, we actually have a Samantha Lewthwaite, who is known as the White Widow. Now, she is a UK citizen who actually is known to be the partner of Jermaine Lindsay, who was the mastermind behind the terrorist attacks in London in July 2005. So she actually converted to Islam, and she has been a part of some of these attacks. And she's actually wanted by Interpol for the deaths of 400 people, not just in one attack, but several attacks. Now, there has been intelligence claims by the Russians that actually they had already killed her and that she's no longer a risk. But other agencies claim that she's actually alive and well, and she's actually continuing to kill as part of the Taliban. So she is known to travel on fake passports. She has been seen in many airports with different names, different looks, different styles and things like that to actually get in and out of a lot of these countries. And she's been seen mostly in Middle Eastern countries where the Taliban is quite rife. So it's interesting that this white woman has taken on this terrorist role, and it's very hard for some people to consider that, because there is this image of what a Taliban terrorist would look like. But as we know, they are often homegrown as well, and she's one of those homegrown terrorists. She was partnered with one of the masterminds from the July 2005 attacks in London, as I said. So she's actually out there still killing people to this day, unless we hear otherwise. And yes, she is responsible for at least 400 deaths. So well beyond our Harold Shipman. So I hope you liked that. I actually have a few more of these. There's going to be bits and pieces, just little short episodes so you can see them. I'll put them all into a video one day, I'm sure. But I just thought I'd share these little bits of information with you. I have a huge database, as I said, and why have it sit in my computer when I can share these details with you. So I'll see you on the next one, where I'm going to do number 8 in my top 10.